Hey everybody, how's it going? This is Fandom Empire now, the official podcast of Fandom Empire. I just realized what we did wrong, but it's been so long since we did the first episode that the second one will be different. I just remembered how we entered the first one, Mike. I fucked it up, man. And you just fucked it up because you're muted. We're both fucking up.
Wow. That's the first time I did that. And I always told myself I would never do that shit. But look, here we are. Look. Yeah, we fucked up the intro, but guess what? That's still a hell of an intro. That music gets chills, gives everybody chills. So let's roll with it. What's up, Tommy B? How you doing, man?
I'm hanging in there. You know, we are here for a pretty awesome show. I'm happy to be along for the ride with you guys. I've been really just jiving with these films. I don't get into horror as much as a whole lot of other folks, but I watched 78 the day it released. I'm going to watch 66 the day it releases. And actually, yeah, and I also watched 94 the day it dropped, I think, too. Maybe the day after. So I dig them. I really dig them.
So I want to warn everybody now, this is a full spoiler review. Not that I remember the names of any of the characters, because I don't. But full spoiler review of these two movies. We're going to start with 94, of course, since it was the first released and the first in the, I guess, the trilogy. But first, I want to talk about how these movies seem to have been received. See, I was of the opinion, I heard about it from Mike, looked into it, started to see the hype online, and it really felt like these movies were going to be received really well, critically and by the fans. And it's kind of on the fence for both in terms of majority. And I didn't think that these movies would be that divisive because I've honestly thoroughly enjoyed both.
Yeah, I agree. It's the hype around it coming into this was a lot, and it was real. I mean, as I mentioned before, Netflix, especially along the lines of doing their own original content, in a sense, or taking over production for whatever type of horror movie that it is. They're not known for that. So this was really big for them. So there was a lot of hype built around it. And I thought they did a good job. I really enjoyed both films as well. 1994, overall I thought was really done really well. I have my complaints, and we'll obviously jump into that. But yeah, I enjoyed 78 as well. So
Tommy, in general, did you enjoy both of these films?
Yeah, man. Didn't you just listen to the shit I just said?
I'm sorry.
I totally dig them. Yeah, there are some things that you go a little over, but I really enjoyed them. And to be honest with you, it wasn't just me. The wife ended up really enjoying them too. She's part of the reason probably why we ended up watching 78 on the day it released while we were on vacation.
Nice. That's crazy to think that you guys did that while on vacation.
But hey, we got back to the hotel. We had some time left in the evening. We were hanging out, so we just streamed it. We had a fancy ass TV that had a Chromecast built in, so we hooked it up to a computer and watched it.
As we wait for thy Michael to return, I just really I've enjoyed the experience. I don't think I'd still be thinking about them or talking about them if they had released all three in one or at the same time. I think, okay, we would have watched all three movies and it would have been done. Toronto Freddy says the witch angle is kind of hokey. Yeah. So is Halloween.
Yeah, a little bit. But here's my take on it. And I talked about this. I'm pretty sure we talked about 94 briefly in an episode of Phantom Empire Live. I really can't wrap my mind around releasing part one of the trilogy each week. Because yes, I understand where you're coming from, Shawn. It keeps it relevant for longer. But you know what else they could have done? They could have released one each month. That way you had to be subscribed to Netflix for that month.
Yeah, they could have done that, but I really like that they decided to do the week bit.
I mean, yeah, it's cool for those who are actually enjoying the films and tuning in for them, but it just doesn't seem like the best of financial decisions. And, of course, I'm one of the first people who's going to go out there and say, every motherfucking thing out here is about fucking money, about the bottom line. I guess I'll just go fuck myself. But, I just can't wrap my mind around it. It's weird. I don't know.
It's weird. Weird that it is. I'm trying to stall here to buy Mike some time to get back here. While still not turning this into an episode of Phantom Empire Live, because this isn't Fandom Empire Live. This also goes out to our podcast listeners as well who don't tune in here. I think just the idea of being able to get excited for a movie trilogy that's horror after the last 2 years on this planet was fun. And I think the one thing I can talk about that I love is the soundtrack in both movies is great. I did look at Jade though and say during the second one, okay, you're playing Carry On My Wayward Son. That's it's like a cheap pop, like in wrestling and when Mick Foley would go, right here in Haddonfield, New Jersey, and the crowd would pop. Well, when they played Carry On My Wayward Son, it's like, oh, well now, because at that point I was kind of on the fence of where the movie was going. And and then they played it again a second time. And it was like, all right, I'm sold. Who cares about the rest of the movie? They played Kansas twice.
But now, what's your take on the way they played it? Is it a little goofy or is it okay?
I would say it definitely is right on the edge of okay and a little bit of goofy. It's maybe not the most appropriate time to play that song, but whenever that song plays, it's like, oh, it's supernatural.
These films, they had a little bit of a sense of humor to them, and I didn't totally dislike it. I know for some hardcore horror fans, any ounce of humor is just anathema, but to me, it's not awful. I appreciate it for what it was.
Mike, we were just talking about the soundtrack for both of these movies. What did you think?
First off, sorry for leaving everybody. Had to take care of something real quick. Having a dog is tough, especially when you live on your own and he just
Oh,
acting like a.
I thought you went and killed Matt after the Wave Venom Empire.
I thought about it, but I was like, you know what? That can wait after the show. But no, I thought it was great. That's something that I looked forward to. Was the music and the soundtracks for both of these films. As you know, as everybody knows, I'm a big Stranger Things fan. The show and the 80s music, and the way that they incorporated that into the show, I thought was phenomenal. And anytime you can do that in a movie or a show, and bring back that nostalgic feeling, and just make it feel like it's real and not fake. You know what I mean? That's huge, and the music helps tremendously. I thought the music was pretty good in the first film, and I thought it was great in the second film. I see a lot of people complaining that in '78 they kind of did it overkill wise with the music, but I didn't think so. I mean, I thought it fit in pretty well. There wasn't a time where I was like, all right, can the music just turn off now? They're doing way too much. I never thought that. So as far as the soundtrack, I thought they did great.
Yeah, I loved it. It was great in both movies. Let's. I mean, we can approach this as each movie against the other movie sort of thing. That might be the best way to go through the episode in about an hour, or the movies in about an hour. So when it comes to just like the story in general, told in '94, in comparison to '78. Which one did you guys prefer more? Not the whole movie in general, just the story. Mike, where are you with that between the two?
I kind of enjoyed the first one, honestly. As far as the storyline itself, I thought it was done very well. I thought that the acting was pretty good in the first one as well, which obviously helped to have a little bit of complaints compared to the second one. I thought '78 the acting overall was better. Just a personal opinion for me. It's hard to critique these movies for me because I thought that they were done very well, and I had a lot of expectations for these movies, which is shocking that I feel that way, because usually when I have pretty high expectations for something, I kind of get let down. As we all do most of the time. So, but yeah, as far as storyline, I thought that '94 was just told a little bit better than '78, and I just kind of enjoyed that actual storyline a little bit more. Now, in '78, I didn't know how much we were going to get of the bagged killer. And we'll jump into the names a little bit later. But we didn't get to see the actual bagged Axeman that I thought that we would. He didn't have that bag on his head for most of the night. So, but yeah, I'm going to go with '94 as overall storyline.
Tommy B, how about you, man?
So if we're talking just story, honestly, I will go with part two. I really appreciated that part two got a little more into the supernatural elements of it, we might say. Kind of funny, the reference, Carry On My Wayward Son. But I really appreciated the background information that we got out of part two that wasn't present in part one. I mean, hell, part two was in itself exposition for part one. I mean, that's the whole point of the trilogy. And well, I don't know. We haven't seen part three yet, so that's a little bit overstating it. But that's kind of really the whole point for part two. Part two is a flashback, and we get the whole exposition that we didn't have in part one, and kind of helps us sew together details that weren't there. So I'll definitely go with part two as far as story is concerned.
I'm going part one. I thought that I was going to like part two way better than part one. Had everything going for it. The axe killer with the bag head. Filmed literally right where one of the Friday the 13th movies were filmed.
Which is crazy, Shawn, because I don't mean to interrupt you, but I remember when we were jumping into the previews for 78. Actually, I had mentioned that, like, I swear it looks like they filmed exactly where that was shot, and of course that's where it was, which I thought was so cool. And when you have a team and directors and stuff like that, they go out of their way to do the little stuff like that to make it feel like back in the day and what we're so used to. I mean, that's phenomenal. Yeah, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. I just thought that was pretty cool.
No, that's awesome. Like, it had the setting, it had some cool kills, a little bit too much cutting away, in my opinion, on some of them. Oops, didn't mean to put that up there again. Oh, I put it up again. Look at that. Whoops, finger slip.
Thanks, Mike. Appreciate it.
I just enjoyed 94 more. Now, that's not to say I didn't like 78, because I did like 78. But
are we still sticking on the whole story, just the story, or the overall movie?
The story.
Okay. Gotcha.
The story. In terms of setting, though, and like location, I'm going 78. Like, how can you not? Like, anybody who hasn't seen a Friday the 13th movie in a long time, outside of the witchy stuff like that, it was a Friday the 13th movie.
I think you have to totally go with that whole Friday the 13th setting. I'm in the same boat. 78 for just setting purposes is a better film for me. Not overall though, but we'll get into that, I'm sure. Yeah, when we saw the preview after 94 and some of the campy stuff, I was in the same boat. I'm like, oh, well, this is going to be like a Friday movie. And honestly, what I've been saying since I saw part 2 is like, wow, in some ways, this was really like a love letter to Friday part 2. And I loved it. I absolutely loved it, all the way down to the baghead killer. It was special.
Yeah, it really was, and it was more than a nod. Because throughout these two films, they gave small nods to other horror movies, but this was more than a nod. I mean, I feel like whoever wrote 78 and wanted to pick the setting for 78 had a big love for Friday the 13th, which is awesome. I'm not the biggest Friday the 13th film. There's a few in the franchise that I really do love. But I thought it was, like I said, a huge, like you said, Tommy, a huge love letter to the franchise, and I thought they did very well with 78. And to just throwing it out there, overall, with everything included, I did like 78 better than 94, which I expected to. But that whole setting, it just kind of threw it overboard for me as far as overall, because I had the storylines pretty close to each other. Like I said, I gave 94 the edge as far as the storyline, but overall, once I put everything into perspective, 78 gets the nod for me, is which one I enjoyed better, which I kind of thought that I would. I didn't think it would be this close, though. I didn't think I would enjoy 94 as much as I did.
I'm having a hard time with that now, Mike, now that you mention that, because, we just discussed setting and we just discussed story, and I fully came into, this recording thinking, well, yeah, I thought 94 was a better movie, and I guess for now I'll stick with that. But now that I'm picking, 78 out as my preferred choice here, I'm kind of having a hard time with it. Maybe I was just in a better place for when I saw 94. I was home. I wasn't exhausted from vacation, what have you, all that sort of thing. But it's just hard. It's so hard to compare the two. I was really crazy about them. Shawn, where you sit with all this?
I like 94 better as a movie than 78. I didn't think I would, but I do. I was surprised how much 94 captured me.
It's a good thing, though, that we're having this discussion on what is better, and it's kind of close for everybody. Like, neither one is a landslide, is kind of what I'm getting at here from what everybody's saying, which is really what you want from a trilogy or an entire franchise. You want people to love these movies as really neck and neck with each other, just as much as each other. So far they're 2 for 2. And they've done a great job. So this is so far they're going exactly what they had planned to go, and it's working out for them great. In my opinion, obviously, because like you said, there's people out there on the fence. So.
Yeah, I can't believe how many people actually don't like either of these movies, which I just don't get. But everybody's entitled to their opinion. Yeah, no, 94 gets the edge for me. I want to talk about the cast for a second, though, because both of these movies rely heavily on their cast. Which movie had the better cast, in your opinion?
I liked 78 personally. I didn't have many complaints about the first one, honestly, but it's one of those things where if I had to choose, I enjoyed 78 better. I thought Sadie Sink, who was the leading cast member for 78, I thought she did phenomenal. And, going back to 94, I thought that 94 did a great job and a great nod opening up that movie with Maya Hawke and killing her off to begin with. I thought that was huge. Obviously a nod to Scream. I mean, the kill looked exactly the same as far as the stabbing, as far as the chase down and the stab went. And Maya Hawke, I didn't know. Honestly, I thought she was going to last a lot longer than she did. Obviously, before we got that, first 5 minutes that they released, because honestly, she's the biggest name of the cast that was in 94 overall as a whole. But like I said, that's what they did. Like they did Scream, so they did it that way. So I appreciated 94 for that. But as far as the overall cast, I just kind of captivated to 78 a little bit more, as far as Sadie Sink and her sister, more than I did than anybody in 94. And I think that's huge. That's kind of the point.
I'm in the same boat. Sadie Sink made the cast for me just because of her part in Stranger Things, I guess. I'm sure you're in the same boats, Mike, probably. Y'all know I'm not huge on, the different names of actors. I can't pull out careers at the tip of a hat. But when I see Sadie Sink, I know her immediately because I'm a Stranger Things fan. And beyond all that, though, I feel like the cast they worked well together and they brought us good films. That's where I sit with that. What about you, Shawn?
Well, before Shawn, I don't mean to interrupt, but I just want to add one thing in real quick. I just thought that that 78 was a little bit more deeper, as far as the cast members being a little bit more darker and having a little bit. Obviously, they're a little bit older in a sense. But yeah, I just thought that they brought out a dark side to some of the characters in 78 a little bit more than they did in 94. So that's a plus for me as well. What about you, Shawn?
For me, it was 94. Now, unfortunately, there was one part of the cast in 94 that I just thought was terrible. And it's one of the survivors. I can't remember the name, but it's the one that's basically possessed. I just couldn't get into anything she had to offer in that movie. I thought the cast to 78 was kind of bland. And the lead was amazing. I'm sorry, I can't remember her name.
Sadie Sink.
Yeah, I thought she was great. I thought she was really, really good in this movie. And I think whoever played the killer, since we had got to see him most of the time without the mask, I thought like he was very believable. Like no mask or not, he was, oh, hey, that's a fucking big scary dude with an axe. Shit, I should be scared.
And that's, yeah, I agree. And, I'm kind of on the same boat with you as far as, TV actors or series actors coming over and starring in a film, how they would do. So, like Tommy said before, I'm a big Stranger Things fan as well. So I didn't know how Sadie would do outside of the actual TV role. Obviously, Stranger Things is suspense, horror, whatever you want to do. So it's not like she's leaning too far off the edge. But I thought she came over as far as an actual featured film and did absolutely amazing. And I'm glad we all agree on that.
I think I forget what part of the movie for 78, but Jade and I were watching, and I said, "Hey, the killer is Dollar Store Robert Pattinson." Look like Robert Pattinson, and I mean it's terrible to say, but it was funny at the time. What would you guys give both movies out of 10?
For I'll go first. For me, I gave the first one an 8.5, and for the second one, I gave it a 9. I had 8.5 for 94 because it was a good movie. Obviously, I enjoyed it, and I thought the storyline was a little bit better than 78. But the way that I captivated to the cast in 78 and the way that the setting was done in 78, it bumped it up to a 9 for me. So I'll give 78 a 9 out of 10, and 84 a 8, or 94 a 8.5 out of 9, or a 10. Sorry.
Tommy?
You know, damn, that's a toughie. It really is, because I just got done saying that I voted for 94 over 78.
This is good. This is a good thing. As tough as it is, that's a good thing. I mean,
yeah.
we got 2 good movies. We got 2 good movies.
Shit. You know, I think I'm honestly going to give them both an 8.5.
Wow.
It's they are. They just had to do that. We just had to do that, didn't we? It's all right. I guess I'll just go fuck myself.
Nice. That's what we needed.
Wow.
What about you, Shawn?
I gave 94. Both Jade and I gave 94 in 8.5. I'm going to give 78 an 8. And I know some people might be like, that's low. It's an 8 out of 10. That's a damn good score.
I was about to say, that's pretty good. What the fuck is wrong with people? That's a good movie. That's a good, and on the grist of being a great movie.
Oh, there's a bunch of people in that crowd. You didn't give this movie a 10. You only gave it a 7.5. Oh,
we don't give 10s here. I can't remember the last time I gave something a 10 or a 5 out of 5 or what. We don't do that here, generally.
I can think of 2 or 3 movies that I would give a 10 to, and one would be The Dark Knight, 2 would be Back to the Future, and then honestly I struggle after that because I think a 10 is like, I mean, that's like the holy grail. So I don't know. Giving it a 10 is, that's not gonna happen.
Yeah, we know, Shawn. We know.
Greatest movie ever made. Right there.
It is.
I like Halloween, man, but let's
Oh. So would you so what did you give oh yeah, you gave it 8. So what y'all think about the kills in both movies? I know that Shawn, you had said that they turned away from a lot of kills, which sucks, but I mean, some of these kills I thought that they were pretty graphic, and I see why and how that all 3 films are received an R rating, because I expect the same in part 3, but some of these were gruesome, especially that kill in part 1 with the bread slicer. Like, I'm not gonna I know, and I tell everybody this. It was going kind of slow, so I thought somebody was gonna come out of nowhere and just save her, and then it didn't happen, and shit just fucked her up. And I was like, oh, that's when I sat back and I was like, oh shit, they're really going for it, huh? That's exactly what I said. I was like, okay.
This movie was like horror porn, as they like to say, in a sense. I would not expect this from a friggin', direct to stream movie generally. It was interesting. I was surprised. And some folks are out there still saying it, even in our chat. I'm surprised this has connections to R.L. Stine.
Yeah, I mean, granted that, the Fear Street series was a lot different than the Goosebumps. The Goosebumps was more towards the kids' side, and obviously the Fear Street was more towards your older kids and then your teenage kids, obviously. But I was never a big reader of the Fear Street series, so I can't comment on it. But I don't know how far they went in the actual films as far as the actual kills. I don't know if they were this graphic in the books. I find that a little hard to believe that they were this graphic, but I might be wrong. So if anybody in the chat wants to correct me, that's fine. But I think that for me, my 2 kills in this that really stick out to me, and it's probably just for the graphic of the kills, which probably isn't the best thing to say, but it just is the bread slicer in 1, and then 2. at the end of the movie where they're just fucking demolishing these two people. I mean, I thought it was kind of weird that Sadie ended up coming back to life. I mean, she got fucked up, but whatever. That's a story for
Not
a
gonna
whole
lie,
time.
that is probably the biggest thing that takes me out of that movie.
Yeah, I agree. Same here. But I mean, they were fucking gruesome. I mean, they just kept going and going and going. Like I said, those would probably be the kills that stick out to me most. What about y'all?
Like I totally loved the direction they were going with her character. That she comes back to life. She actually died, and that's how she lived.
Yeah, that is true. You're right. I forgot.
And yet
all
they
about
turn
that.
around and they just bring her back just like that. Like I thought we were going to see some clever move, some reverse magic or something like that, but it took me out of it a bit. But it is what it is, It was okay.
You guys stole it, both of them. I still think the bread cutter was the best one. I was bummed because I thought she was the best performer in that movie.
She really was.
And like, it's just like, okay, she's gonna get saved. She's gonna get saved. Oh my gosh, she didn't get saved. Clean up.
Yeah, that's exactly what I said. And they didn't, like I said, they didn't hold back. As soon as that was done, it was the axe to the head.
Yeah. Like in real quick order.
I did not read Fear Street, and if I did, it would have been so many years ago that I wouldn't remember it. But yeah, when we're watching 94 and we can see it's a graphic movie, I was saying, oh well, they're probably all going to get out of it. This whole group's probably going to get out of it. Oh, well, okay, maybe one will die. Oh, well, okay then. Well, I guess that's that, isn't it? It was definitely a bit of a twist, and honestly, I think that twist, it was only slightly beaten by the fact of at the ending of 78, you find out that what was her name? Her name was Ziggy.
Yep.
I'm trying to remember what was C. Burton, right? That's the name we were going off of. Is that the pseudo name?
I'm lost.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was C. Burton. That C. Burton was actually Ziggy, and that the other sister died. We're led through this whole movie thinking, oh well, this character is going to die, and that wasn't the case.
Yep.
It was like one last surprise.
Because if you watched it in the beginning when it first started, I mean, it doesn't look like Sadie's character. You know what I mean? When she's grown up, they look totally different. So, look, man, I don't know, just little stuff like that. I thought that they hit on all cylinders. I mean, we can even go down to these fucking posters. They're fucking amazing, in my opinion. I like the neon for both of them. I like the two characters sticking out on the post. I don't know. It's done very well in all aspects. It's really hard for me to pick out a lot of things that I was not happy with or things that actually really, really bothered me or affected me with these films. That's why they got so high grades. I mean, I could sit back and nitpick things, but there was nothing that really happened where I was like, besides probably the way that they brought Sadie back at the end of 78, that I would be like, there was a big complaint or that would steer me away from these movies. It's hard to make a perfect film.
So let me ask you guys this. With only one movie left, for now anyway, can they actually go and tell the 1666 story and then go all the way back to present day, which is 1994, and finish that story there as well in one movie? Or are we going to get more announced where the story will continue to go on?
That's a good question, Shawn. I don't know what they're going to do, and I don't know what to expect, because I know for a fact that there's going to be some type of spinoff with these Fear Street movies. I don't know if it's going to be another 3 movies of a different story coming, or another movie coming to top this series off. I don't know what it is, but I can promise you Netflix has something coming as far as, continuing the Fear Street. Because no matter what the complaints are or what people think of these films, they're making Netflix some money, and they're doing very well on the streaming service overall. So, if I had to guess, I think they are going to wrap this story up. Doesn't mean that they're not going to leave us with some type of cliffhanger at the end of that third one, because I actually do think that that's the way that they're going to go. They're going to leave us at some. I don't think the story is going to officially close. And if it does officially close, it's going to be something very gruesome. You can expect that. But if I had to guess and put my money on it, it's going to leave a cliffhanger. So they could either go off of this story or start, a different series of films. So that's my guess.
I'll jump in there for that. If you know, I'm speaking mostly about Goosebumps, of course, but it's the same author, so I'm sure it's relevant here. If you know R.L. Stine, you know that he likes cliffhangers. You know he likes to end things with cliffhangers. So I wouldn't be surprised if at the end of 1666, the story does wrap up in some major way, but there's something left on the back end that's like, hey, actually the witch is still out there, or the magic that empowered the witch is still at play here and now has the freedom to take on a new vessel, or something like that. I think personally that this story is going to wrap. I don't think Netflix wanted to be chained down to making more than these 3 films. I haven't personally seen anything that was going to usurp or make more of Fear Street and Netflix than these 3 films. I'm not saying I don't want to see more than that, because that's not the case. I've really appreciated these films, and I would absolutely love for there to be like a limited series or even just like an ongoing mini series. Let this be their new what's that horror series called that they had going for
The Haunted on Hill House or something like that.
The
Haunting of Hill House.
No,
that whole series.
I can't think of it right now. It doesn't matter. But I feel like this is something that Netflix could really keep going with and just fly with, and even attract more of a subscriber base.
They're going to, like, I'm telling you now, like, it's happening. Like, they're in talks of some type of spinoff or continuation of it. So
is that the background info, Mike? Are you confirming it for us?
I mean, I can't give you anything concrete. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Dun 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 dun. It's time for a flashback movie of this episode of Fandom Empire Now, and on tonight's flashback, it's Shark Week. We're talking Steven Spielberg's Jaws. Mike, how do you feel about Jaws, and can you remember the first time you saw it?
Yes. So the first time I saw it was actually at my grandmother's house. I was probably 7, around that age. So my grandmother had every VHS tape that you could think of. The ones that stick out to me just were the doubled ones. So Titanic, Green Mile, The Godfather. Those she had literally everything. But as far as Jaws, that was a classic. And you know, it's something that I really enjoyed and really gravitated to. I mean, Steven Spielberg. So, yeah, I thought it was done very, very well. And I got, that movie in my top 10 of favorites of all time. I think it's that good and very well done. Now, the films after it, I mean, that's whatever, in my opinion. But yeah, so I was about 7 when I first saw this film. I thought that they did a very good job of capturing the story. The shark was pretty good in this film. Like I don't really have too many complaints. I thought it was just very well done, and it's one of my favorite films of all time.
Oh, Matt, is that the movie about that one dentist? Tommy, Jaws, man. Can you remember the first time you saw it? What do you think of it?
I was probably fucking 4 or 5, 6, something like that. I didn't think it was scary. I thought it was.
Wow.
It was suspense. That's all it was. You know, it was interesting. It didn't captivate me. I didn't think it was the best freaking thing since sliced bread.
Come on, man. Every time you hear that done up, don't lie.
Dun 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 dun.
So, actually, go ahead, Tommy. I'll finish. I'll wait till after you're done.
I don't really have much more to say. You know, it's a fantastic film. There's a reason why it's celebrated, but like you said, Mike, some of the films that come after it are just plain out stinkers.
Oh, for sure, absolutely. You know, I could handle Jaws too, but I don't. It's nowhere in the in the stratosphere as the first film.
Yeah, totally.
We know you love Jaws 4.
Oh, that's my favorite, honestly.
Michael Caine.
But what about you, Shawn? How old were you, or do you remember the first time you saw it?
I don't remember how old I was, but I was very young. And I think it's John Williams that did Jaws. The theme just scared the shit out of me. And when Tommy's like, "Well, it's just suspense," I was thinking to myself, "Exactly, it's suspense."
But it's suspense we've never had before in that type of realm. You know what I mean? So that's why. I mean, it was the film that was that made everybody afraid to get in the water.
Yeah, I was legitimately scared of this movie. And by the way, I know Spielberg hated the way the shark functioned and looked.
I thought it was fine.
I still think it's one of the best sharks we've ever seen on the big screen.
Oh, for sure. Especially you take some of the shark movies that have come in our time in the last 10 years. Fucking trash, dude.
Yeah, well, I mean, Dean Renner's favorite, Sharknado.
Oh, of course.
I have no idea if Dean likes that or not. I'm just poking fun. Yeah, no, I dig
more
it.
of that fake shit. You know, they should just use a real one.
You know, it would be a great crossover.
Go wrong.
Titanic 2, but with Jaws.
I'd watch that.
The ship starts to sink close enough to where people, if they could swim for a while, could make it to shore. But, there's the sharks there to eat them up.
I don't even like people bringing up Titanic 2 because honestly, I really enjoyed the first film. And that's the second film is, I don't know if there's a film out there that's so disrespectful to the original. Like that shit is fucking trash, man.
So I don't think I even knew there was a Titanic 2 until
nobody did.
Ago.
But
just a few years ago.
Yeah, same here. And honestly, I'd forgot about it until coming on here and we were doing, I think it was the worst sequels of all time or something like that. And I was like, I have to fucking throw this in here because I'm sorry. Like, it's not like Titanic is my favorite movie of all time, but it's a really good film and a classic to a lot of people. And to follow it up with some bumfuck shit like that, come on, man. That shit pisses me off.
I mean, Titanic is just one of those films that is celebrated throughout time, and folks talk about it and joke about it whenever boats come up or something like that. Hell, Bob's Burgers did a parody episode of it recently, I believe. I remember correctly. But yeah, folks, I'm not thinking of Bob's Burgers. You know what I'm fucking thinking of? And it's old. Rick and Morty, season 2, I think. I was just watching that.
Even when he's not here, we can't escape him.
I know we can't escape it. Yeah, it's celebrated throughout all freaking time, and it always will be. But I feel like Titanic 2 is going to go down as one of the movies that people just straight up don't even know exists.
Freddie says, "I honestly thought Titanic 2 was a joke. Does it actually exist?" It does. I haven't seen it, but I've seen the trailer, and Oh man, let me tell you, I'm pretty stoned right now, but I'd have to be like really stoned and really drunk on like I can't get off the floor level to watch that movie.
Oh man, that's hilarious. But he's not lying. That shit. Go watch the trailer.
Frank Riker, chat mod in the house, says, "Here's my cast if they remade Jaws. Hope not, but Nick Nolte as Quint, Joseph Gordon-Levitt as Brody, and Topher Grace as Hopper." That's actually decent.
Somebody hire the man now.
Oh no, I don't want to see it get remade. No.
Neither do I. I'm just talking about Frank coming up with these good ideas. He could at least hop on the next Scream installment.
Well, I mean, if Frank's doing Scream, I think we know what's going to happen. What people think is the intro kill will actually be the end of the movie, and then it's just like followed up with 84 minutes of black screen.
Everybody will die, including the killer.
Towards the end of this, I kind of want to touch on Scream because I wasn't able to join the podcast later or the live earlier.
Yep. Erica also didn't know it was a real thing, or triple Glax. Wow, we're really just
breaking news. Breaking news.
Go watch one of the worst, if not the worst, sequels of all time, and this is coming from somebody who has in fact not seen it.
Oh, that's just hilarious.
Toronto Freddy, are you sure it's not just a joke trailer? I haven't seen the movie. Maybe it is, but I don't think so.
It's not.
Not? Well.
Like it's not a joke.
Well, it probably is a joke, but
okay, yeah.
Oh, why is my browser not working? Why is my browser failing me now?
I need Frank. Hey, Frank, DM me your address. I'm going to send you a couple of Scream memorabilia stuff that I have.
They'll end up in a fire pit.
I would definitely be pretty butthurt about that.
I have it here.
Shawn, what are you about to do? Oh man. Everybody take a look at Shawn's beautiful poster over his left shoulder. It's amazing.
So where's a good place to get in the States if we want one?
At the corner of You Should Go. No, I'm kidding. Sorry. Finger slip.
Hold on. What? Did you see Erica's comment? Erica said the Titanic sank. No, it didn't. Get the fuck out of here. That is fucking wild.
Are you high too, man?
Oh no, I'm not. I'm just having a good time.
See, No,
I'm not high. I'm just having a good time.
Also, I didn't mean that in a smart aleck way, Erica. I was just making a joke. I appreciate you being watching the stream, by the
way. Breaking news: water is wet.
We're just fucking dropping bombs all over the place tonight.
Oh, Frank Riker. Nice. We'll probably end up cutting off the
Frank
cast portion that goes up on the podcast networks about 10 minutes ago. This will be just for the stream here.
Hey, Frank, is there any way I can get the zip code for that? Because it's not going to ship if I don't have it.
Just 10 zeros.
F you, not a chance city.
I need the zip code.
They fixed the Titanic. Oh wow. No, I like Titanic as a movie. I do.
But not the second one. That's not gonna happen.
Wait, what's that? What's that? I hear?
What's that?
I think I hear something.
Uh-oh.
We originally intended to do this in 2 episodes, but we're going to do it in the 1 episode tonight. 2 flashback movies in one episode, just for you guys, since we missed a couple of weeks here. And it's Back to the Future time, Mike. Tell us about your dirty erotic love for Back to the Future.
The greatest damn movie of all time? Abso-fucking-lutely. Let's do this. This was also seen at my grandmother's house. I don't know, man. I was small when I saw it. I just enjoyed everything about this. I thought Marty McFly was like the coolest dude ever. I watched the first and the second one back to back. You know, the Nikes, the the jacket that shrunk by itself, the swagger that he had, and just the music in general. I mean, it's like I said, it's another Steven Spielberg film, and it's just something that I gravitated to pretty easily. Something that I loved. I liked the atmosphere of the movie. I thought obviously Michael J. Fox did a great job. Christopher Lloyd did a great job as Doc. Everything just flowed together very, very well. I can't pick out too many or really anything that I had a problem with, especially in the first two films. I mean, I can do that in the third film. I wasn't the biggest fan of the third film, but strictly talking about the first film, I don't know, man. It's just something that ages very well and still stands up till this day, which I think is huge when it comes to, films in general. So greatest movie of all time in my opinion. My favorite movie of all time. It's the poster right above my right shoulder, and I absolutely love it. I am debating on spending my savings account on a con actually up there where Tommy lives, in Baltimore. The entire Back to the Future cast is going to be up there, including Michael J. Fox, and it's probably one of those once in a lifetime things that you don't get to do often. So I'm really debating on doing that. I mean, because how many times can you do something like that for something that you really love and enjoy? So, that's all I got to say.
Wow, that was deep, real deep.
I mean, I can go deeper if I'll do a live AMA right after this, and we could just talk that.
No, that'll be too deep. Then you can get too deep. That's a thing.
That is actually very, very true.
It is definitely a thing that it can get too deep. Tommy, I know. I think you said before we went on air that you hadn't seen this movie in a long time, like a very long time. Is there anything that stands out to you about this movie that you remember?
Totally. The story. I mean, mind you, I'm like many things, I can't pull the entire history of time jumps out of the back of my mind in cinema. But were time jumps even a thing before Back to the Future?
I believe so, yes.
I mean, I'm sure that there were instances, but they started being utilized more after Back to the Future. Back to the Future put them on a map in a greater way. I think that's fair to say, wouldn't you both?
I would say so.
So looking past that, we have a wonderful story. We have deep character development, transformation on so many friggin' levels. And I feel like it's funny. It's funny. And I say this, but what comes to my mind first when I think of Back to the Future is a fucking parody Family Guy did in a segment with Chris.
Oh man, Frank, you're awesome, dude. Sorry, that dude is a fucking fool.
This one right here.
Oh man,
You guys see the one up here where he
oh my god. This is too
Why not? Why not?
Oh man. Wow. Yeah, I'm not a big Back to the Future guy. In fact, I think they're trash. No, I'm kidding, Mike. I'm kidding.
I mean, you didn't fucking vote for it. It's whatever, though.
You're right. I didn't. It wasn't on my list, but it's a very memorable trilogy. The first movie, though, is what hooks me. Like, to me, Back to the Future is here, and then it's just downhill from there, in my opinion. But that first movie is so memorable, and it's great, and the soundtrack's great, and the chemistry between the actors is just fantastic. It makes I don't know if it makes it believable, but it certainly makes you believe in the story that's being told. So I think that's deep too.
Yeah, I agree. For me, one is always going to be right up there at the top, and I really enjoyed two because I think they go hand in hand together. Obviously, they pick up right back to back. It's that third one that gets me. I enjoy it, but it's something that I don't go back to really often, or if at all.
Awesome. Well, that was our flashback movies of this episode. We'll definitely be diving into both of those movies in their own episodes one day. So they're just too classic to not do it. But let's make our way back to Fear Street 94 and 78. We've talked about these movies at length tonight. I think we've hit almost every aspect. So what are your expectations heading into the third and final part of this trilogy?
I think it's going to be another good movie. It's the one that kind of worries me the most. I mean, to touch on something in 1666, I mean, they've done so well as far as the atmospheres of the first two movies, obviously the second one. I'm interested to see how they're going to do this one. I'm kind of worried because they are bringing back the cast. But I understand it because it's that final film, so we'll see what we'll be getting. But those are my expectations.
Xiaomi.
So this is going to be a film that I think proves to be the most divisive of them all. We're going back from within the past. Well, what the fuck year is it? We're going from the fucking 90s to the 70s. Now we're going back to the fucking colonial era. And it's gonna prove that they have so much storytelling to do, because we're gonna have to see the story of the witch and where she came from and why she lives the way she does and so on and so forth. And they gotta do this in the length of a horror movie, while also wrapping up the storyline that we were presented in 94. I'm a little concerned about how satisfying the ending is going to feel and how they're going to execute it all, because have they introduced us to a set of films that are, a gore fest? Sure they have. Is that what's keeping people watching these? I don't think so. I think that the story is compelling, that they're really doing a good job of wrapping us up tightly in there and giving us something to enjoy and go back to each week. So I think we're going to dive right in and head into 1666, and then maybe half hour, 45 minutes, we will get the wrap up with 94. That's what I hope they do. I hope they give us something substantial in 94. I hope that the whole film isn't spent in 1666. Unfortunately, we don't have to wait long to find out.
We don't.
What do you think, Shawn?
We don't have to wait long at all. I have to say though, I'm worried because to title it 1666, you do have to spend a significant amount of time there, I think. And I don't see how you can spend a significant amount of time there and spend a significant amount of time in 1994 in a 90-minute film. So I feel like this movie's doomed to be rushed.
At the same time, though, what they did do for themselves, they set themselves up so they can start rather, in 1666. I'm remembering that correctly, right? At the end of 78, what's her name? Shit, I can't remember. She's launched back in time then, right? After touching the bones. That's when that happens, correct? So They can open the film in 1666 with a quick little flashback if they feel so led. And then here we are. And now we tell the story. And then we go back to 94 with 30 minutes, 40 minutes, even 25 minutes, 20 minutes. And then you wrap up the story there. That's what I hope happens.
I think they're going to have to go around that at least 30 to 35-minute mark for it to really make sense, or to really not feel rushed towards the end. That's the biggest thing. You don't want them to push too hard to where it feels rushed and feels kind of like done in an improper way. So I'm interested to see how that goes. And they've just done so well, in my opinion. I don't think they're going to drop the ball in the final movie, but then again, you never know until you know. So we'll see. I'm excited. I'm actually going to watch it tomorrow when it comes out.
Ditto.
I can't wait. Cannot wait. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm going to be sad when these movies are done, guys. It's been fun to look forward to. Again, I can't believe that they've been criticized as much as they have been by the general public.
And I agree, and I really like the way Netflix did these as far as releasing them 3 consecutive weeks. I mean, you don't have to wait a whole 3 months or 6 months for these films to drop, which I think is huge. That week that gives us something to look forward to. I thought that they did very well with that.
Maddie Dub in the house.
Who the fuck is that?
Mike, we were talking about that earlier, though, and maybe we could get some little input from you on this. I can't really comprehend the reason to release the movies 1 week after each other. I would understand more if they did like, okay, here's one in June. Next month in July, we're going to release one. And then 1 month in August, like a whole summer thing. Because then you encourage people to subscribe more for a longer period of time. Now, at the same time, we could also argue, I don't think anybody's subscribing to Netflix at the time these films were released just to see these films. But it's something I'm wrapping my mind around. Are they doing a good job keeping them relevant longer, talking about them more, rather than just binge watching them in a day or two and that's it? Yeah, I think doing this one a week is helpful as far as that's concerned, but I can't understand it from a financial perspective. Any feedback on that?
Not really.
I mean, it's I can tell you it's something that Netflix doesn't do. Like this is more on the newer side. Not saying that they haven't, but nothing particularly comes to mind that reminds me of them doing the weekly releases. Now I'm sure they have. It's just I just don't think nothing this big or this promoted has ever done that. So this is something I'm sure that is kind of on the newer side, something that they thought would work, and I think it is working as far as earning them money and having people tune in for them. Now, as far as the subscribers go, you pace these movies out monthly wise. Yeah, if you have those 1 or 2 subscribers where they're going to cancel their Netflix account in a month either way, or they just do the 14-day or whatever free trial, I get that for sure. But to be honest with you, your majority of your viewers already have Netflix and are going to keep Netflix. Because I don't think Fear Street was that big where people really wanted to just subscribe for that. But I get where you're coming from. Not saying it doesn't exist because I'm sure it did. But I think this is something more on the newer side. And then we'll obviously see where the numbers fall as far as viewership and if this is something that they'll continue to do. So we'll see.
Indeed. Where was it in the chat? There it is. Jade mentioned, but the need to explain why Zig. Sorry, I think she means, but they need to explain why Zig is so weird with all the clocks. If they don't wrap that up for me, it will be an instant point reduction by half. Yeah, I didn't get the clock thing other than, hey, this is something creepy. There was no explanation for that whatsoever.
Challenging things with mental health can't always be explained. But I do agree that I would like an explanation for it.
I think they're going to. I don't know if it's going to be as deep as we want it to be, or as open as far as details as we want it to be. But I think they'll give you something to kind of explain it. I just don't know if they're going to focus a lot of time on that. I mean, they have a lot that they need to fit in this final film.
Matt says, what about Johnny's porn flicks page?
The one with his cousins?
Oh my God, Loomis is hilarious. Okay, so this is going to be the end of the. We'll probably end the podcast portion of the recording before, as I was saying. So I don't know if do either of you guys got to go.
I can stay on for about 20, 25 more minutes.
All
As
right,
long
so,
as I'm done by midnight.
so
Damn, midnight.
I have to do a school thing that's due at 2 a.m.
Oh, yeah, I can't stay till midnight, but I can do about 20 more minutes.
Yeah, let's open it up to Q&A for the last 20 minutes. We'll invite Matt's ass back in here if he wants to join us for the last 20 minutes.
God damn it.
Anything you guys and gals want to talk about out there for the last 20 minutes, the floor is yours as soon as we return from this 3-minute break. Howdy, 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 and we're back to finish off the show. the bonus time for each and every one of you. Jesse says, make sure to save the date for my watch along on the 31st. That's right. Coherence with Jesse live on the channel. Of course, your question is something Halloween related, Saturn.
I don't know. I don't fucking know.
I don't
Do you
think,
fucking know, Shawn?
I don't think anybody knows. I know what the minimum is, but there are reasons in this movie that you're going to have to probably watch the movie 30 times to try to dissect the kill count. It's kind of like that. So is what I would say. Is what I would say indeed. Matt's not in here. Oh, did I send Matt the link? I don't think I did.
I hope not.
Want me to do it real quick?
All
got
that time, and I didn't send Matt the link. My bad, Matt.
He messaged me. I got it.
I wasn't hating. I wasn't trying to keep the. Oh, here's a question. Oh man, it's making me hungry too. Not that way.
Cookies.
What do you eat? What kind of cookies, man?
Chips Ahoy chocolate chip. The good kind with the real stuff in them, not none of that fake shit. I don't eat no fake shit.
Oh God.
No pot brownies?
Nah, not tonight. Although I was just in an area where it's legal. They got a lot of weed stores out there in Oregon. A lot of weed stores. Of course, I cannot partake because I am coming up for my CDL physical in a couple weeks. And although they say they don't drug test you, I don't trust them.
Hell no.
I'm sure the same for Shawn. As a transportation employee, I am subject to random testing at any time they want.
I'm in trouble then.
Yeah. Man, they can just look at Shawn and be like, yeah, we're drug testing him.
Somebody get me a lot of water, please.
We can send one of those tests up there so you can pass it.
The way I look at it is the way George Costanza looked at it.
Oh, God.
It's not a lie if you believe it.
If you believe.
Wow.
I mean, we don't want to get into politics on the show. But
Bill Clinton.
I just heard something earlier today. I think it might have been yesterday, that in the U.S. they're actually considering removing it from the list of federally banned substances. So that would really take out of play this whole double standards in some places. Say if you're in like a state like Oregon that it's legal, but if you're a federal employee or say a teacher or something like that, then you still cannot partake.
That's just so, I don't want to go off on this tangent, but like it's 2021 and still illegal in places. Like
it is federally by the country's law illegal.
I don't know what to say. I'm sorry.
It's fucking stupid. That's what you can say. Like in my apartment complex where I live, it's part of the Federal Housing Authority or something like that. It's in some sort of union, or not union, but some sort of association like that at a federal level.
All right.
They say because of that, you can't even have medicinal marijuana here.
Alrighty. We're gonna move on now.
Is my conversation not enjoyable to you, Shawn?
Wow.
Fuck. God.
Hey, Dean, you should go watch Showgirls.
I was just gonna say
Fear Street.
What
Street, Dean, go get caught up on Fear Street.
he doesn't like that. What should Dean
I know,
watch
but he still
tonight?
needs to go get caught up.
Dean, you should watch
Showgirls.
Unstoppable with Denzel Washington and Chris Pine.
That's a good movie.
I'm gonna go with the Human Centipede.
Oh,
Nice.
exactly what you want in your mind before you go to bed.
Who has that?
I'm gonna go with Silent Night, Deadly Night.
Hang on, guys. Silent Night, Deadly Night.
Mm-hmm. Get you in the holiday spirit early.
Oh yeah,
Mm-hmm.
good stuff. Good stuff. Sorry, the chat keeps glitching on me. The Proposal. Which one's that again? The Proposal.
I think that's with I might
Sandra
be
Bullock.
wrong. Yeah, Sandra Bullock and Ryan Reynolds, I think.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's funny.
a good movie. That's a great movie.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, have you guys seen the Deadpool and Korg reacting to the Free Guy trailer?
That was funny.
Yeah, it was pretty interesting. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What everybody think about it? Just that's it.
It was pretty
I didn't
funny.
watch it.
Really? Wow.
Go watch it right now.
Mm-hmm.
Jeez, Tommy, wow, that's aggressive. Sorry, I'm getting buzzed. Not in that way either. I see. Sorry, baby updates. Don't watch Human Centipede. Why not? Why not?
Ass to mouth.
Who? All right. Have y'all seen that movie? Has anybody seen that? Like actually seen that
Human
movie?
Centipede? Yeah. Yeah, I
Yeah.
saw them I don't know, around the time it came out, maybe years later.
So I think I'm the only one that hasn't. Everybody talks about it. I know what it's about. I just haven't seen it, and I don't know if I have interest in seeing it.
It's like Leprechaun. You watch it once, you'll never watch it again.
Wow.
So I think
don't-
it's honestly a movie I could have survived without seeing.
Well, I don't know the way. No, I don't know. I'd probably watch Leprechaun 8 times.
But the sequel sucked. So
what anime or cartoon could work as a full live action movie? Well,
that's such a bad question because like I can just think of so many that don't
That's a
work
broad
because they
question.
tried.
That's a very broad question.
when I was younger, I wanted a Dragon Ball Z live action movie so bad. I thought that's what everybody wanted. I thought it would be great. I couldn't wait for it. And then we got Dragon Ball Evolution.
It's so fucking horrible.
And all I thought to myself was, you know what? Being blind would be not so bad at this point. Because holy fuck. That was horrific. So like I'm afraid to even answer that because I'm so worried about it turning out to be like that.
Thanks, Dean. Me too.
It's tough because you think of all these different anime that they go on for seasons and seasons and seasons, and then you want to try to compress that into a film or even a trilogy. It's so challenging.
Yeah, it's tough for sure.
Okay, I'll name one. And they already no, that's kind of cheating because they did it already. Death Note. And I say that they did it already because they did it a couple times, I think, in Japanese, and there's the Netflix original. And I'll be upfront with it. I didn't dig the Netflix original too much. It was okay, but
What
it
was
could have
it?
been a lot better. And they really did their own thing with the storyline. They diverged a lot. Like I question why they still stuck with all the Death Note stuff to a certain extent.
Wow. You know what? You know what would be some fun? Mike, I think we got what, 10 minutes left?
We're
Around
good. What's up? What you got?
there? Hang on. I want to make sure I still have it here.
What's up, Matt? What are you doing, man? Why do you look like that?
Look like what?
I don't know. You just look like you're up to no fucking good, man. And I don't like it.
I'm always up to no good.
Look, if y'all see me smiling during the stream just out of nowhere, one, it's either a Frank Riker comment that I'm reacting to, or Matt is just fucking sending me memes and a message that just fucking, it's just unnecessary.
You talking about Tommy B memes?
Yes. Did he send those to y'all?
Yeah.
We
Oh
so
my
need to put those on the stream.
We are not putting those on the show.
Yes, what's wrong with that? Hey, Michael, I'm in the closet.
Oh man.
No. You know what this is? God, I wish I had control because I would so post them during the stream. And Tommy would drive his ass down here and kill me. Yeah.
We need one of those Jesus no pictures right now, but since we don't have it, we'll settle for this.
Tommy don't have to drive you. Or drive down here. He can just Venmo me $10 and I'll take care of it.
Damn.
Oh man.
Just joking, Matt. I love you,
$10
man.
super chat.
I'll tell you, one of these days, the three of us will somehow get together. Maybe.
We can all meet in DC.
Yeah, maybe.
Exactly.
That's a possibility. We're only like 3.5, 4 hours away from each other, I think. I mean, you two live basically around the corner, right?
We're about 2 hours from DC.
Yeah, we're 2 hours from DC, and Matt's like 15 minutes from me, and that motherfucker still don't want to hang out. That's cool though. That's cool. I'll just hang out with my dog.
Tommy, hold up the shirt.
I threw it across the room.
Oh,
Why don't
absolutely.
you just have the damn shirt on?
Hey, post
You should
Frank
wear a
Riker's
shirt
helmet on the stream.
You gonna really
Because
make me
I
get up and go
absolutely
fucking get
would.
it?
Yeah, go get it.
Fuck, I guess I'll just go fuck myself, I guess.
Yes, I would
You
absolutely
do that quite
see
well. Oh god, I would
Yes.
love to see that.
Hell yeah.
That would remind me of the
Okay, I was fast.
That's what she said.
Well, I said I was gonna go fuck myself. I was fast.
there you go. There you go. That's cool. I dig that. I like it. People that are new to the channel just be like, what the fuck? Why would anybody buy that? But people that follow the channel, and we've already had a couple people order that one too. So that's cool. It's cool stuff. Would you guys like to see a movie about Care Bears, but they kill people? So we kind
They
of
already made it. It's called Return of the Jedi.
Oh wow, Tommy taking his moment to shine.
That's
That's
a good
funny.
one.
Holy crap. Oh wow.
That's true too. That is true. Yes, isn't that just Happy Tree Friends? Yeah.
Contact
There's an old one.
from the movie Hackers. What? Explain, please. Explain. Fill me in on that. Yeah, well, anyways, yeah, how about some spur of the moment?
Don't say fucking trivia. Don't say trivia. Don't say trivia. This motherfucker's gonna say trivia, isn't he? Motherfucker!
Hey, I'm taking the audio from Tommy B saying motherfucker and making that my ringtone.
Who's ready for the slaughter?
Yes, Matt kicked ass just 2 nights ago,
Fucking show off.
and lots of ass he kicked.
Mm-hmm.
Only ass he can get.
That's not what your girlfriend said.
All right.
I didn't think you could hear me. My bad.
I heard you, smart ass.
You guys don't have pen and paper handy because they didn't know it was going to be happening. But we are going to answer. So you'll submit your answers to me. Open a chat message window to me on Messenger on your phone. And you'll have exactly 6. No, we'll go 7. 7 seconds to answer each question. 1 point apiece. You guys ready?
Mm-hmm.
What is the subtitle for Halloween 4? You have 7 seconds. 3, 2, 1.
I don't know.
Time's up. Time is up. How many answers did we get in? 2. I can't do short format. It had to be the whole thing.
I don't type that fast.
What is Return of the
Return of MM. Michael Myers.
Halloween 4, the return of Michael Myers.
Yeah. Tommy got
Return
it.
of M&Ms. M&Ms, they're back.
Son of a
They're
bitch.
red, blue,
Halloween
green,
4 M&Ms like you've never seen them before.
I fucking knew that. I'm an idiot.
All right, here we go.
Care Bears attacking people with M&Ms.
Question number 2. What is the subtitle to Halloween 5? You have 7 seconds starting now. 3.
Hold on, I can't type that fast.
I know either.
And time is up.
Sheesh.
Michael Bish says The Curse of Michael Myers. Matt says The Revenge of Michael Myers, as does Tommy. Matt and Tommy are correct. So it's 2 for Tommy, 1 for Matt.
It's 2.
And none for Mikey.
I fucking hate this game.
You know what the hell I meant. I got 2 points.
I'm an idiot. I know
questions
this.
left. These are just the leftover questions that we didn't use the other night. All right. Question number 3. What was the title of Friday the 13th, Part 8?
What's that?
5,
Hold on.
4, 3, 2, 1. Time is up. And Michael Bish and Maddie W are in with Jason Takes Manhattan. That's correct. Tommy is in with Fuck If I Know. Jason goes to Canada.
I would pay to see that.
I would too.
So that makes the score 2 for Matt, 2 for Tommy, 1 for Mike. We could get a 3-way tie or a 2-way tie or a winner off this last question. If it's tied, I'll think of another one off the top. All right, here we go. Who directed Dr. Sleep? Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Time's up. Michael Bish says Jack Nicholson. Matt Whitfield says D's nuts. And Tommy B says Gordon Ramsay.
Oh my god, I got to go to bed.
We were looking for Mike Flanagan. We'll end it in a tie, though, ladies and gentlemen. That I know we weren't gonna, but I think it's appropriate. I think we've hit that point. Did anybody in the chat get it? Solid Saturn said Mike Flanagan.
Nice.
We got the chat arguing amongst each other of who got what right. That's great. You lovely mother Canuckers. Yeah.
Frank said Mike Rowe.
You guys are awesome. Good shit. Good shit. Tommy, where can everybody find you at, sir?
Everybody can find me on Instagram and Twitter at TommyB1650 and on Facebook around the Fandom Empire Den, Future of Halloween, our page, all that good stuff.
Maddie W., how about you?
You can find me on Twitter at Matt Whitfield 1252. I can be chatting up on the Facebook rooms with Den, all that good stuff. I'm around.
You can also find him not in the Super Bowl winners circle.
Yeah, fuck off.
Mike, where can everybody find you at, man? I know you got another podcast on the go too.
Yeah, everybody can follow me on Twitter at Michael Bish _ and on Instagram at MBish _ And yeah, give my podcast, TV and Film Podcast, a like on Apple Music or Spotify. The Take One Podcast.
Love that name. Take one.
For the
What if we
team.
want to take two. Or
Take
six
one for the team podcast.
or seven.
I fucking don't like you, dude.
What time you want to meet up Saturday?
Mike, I do have a question as we go off air here.
Yeah,
You're getting that Halloween Kills poster,
Mhm.
but I'm not seeing a whole lot of wall room over there.
I don't know. I have no idea what's coming down. Honestly, I might move the original just for the time being, hang it up on the other side of the room. I don't know. That's tough though because it's signed by Nick Castle, so I don't want to completely take it down. So I'll find somewhere on one of these sidewalls to hang it up.
Man, that'd be great because I got my poster behind me, and then if your poster was up, I'd be getting the Kills poster from both ends.
That's true. I'm gonna do it.
Tommy don't have no room to get a bit behind him.
Frank says the Mets suck. Yes, they do. I mean, let me ask you: you guys give like fucking Lindor $300 million or whatever it was, and the guy, I know he plays great defense, leader, yada yada. The guy's batting like what 215, 217.
220.
That's got to drive you nuts.
Oh, it does. It does. Trust me, it does. But I think he'll have a strong second half.
Would they fit 2x2 on a wall? Yeah, of course. Frank Riker says tag teaming posters. Yeah, that's what we do. Anyhow, I think that's going to do it, boys. Thanks for doing this.
Anytime, and anybody is always welcome to join Fandom Empire now or live or whatever you want to call it, except for Matt.
Unless if you're not.
I'm gonna stop picking on you, buddy.
You watch out, John B.
What happened, Frank? Did something go wrong with the poster? I don't even know what finish I asked for, but I mean, mine looks fine. Right? Or is it just me? Mine does look fine, right?
It looks good to me.
Looks good.
All right. I know Dean was going through something similar. Yeah, I think I'm getting reprints and having them done correctly. Oh, no. Oh, wait. Matt, you were what? Dude.
Wow.
He said I was jerking it. And that was my response to
oh, my God.
Oh my
God.
In all seriousness, since apparently we're still live, if anyone out there wants to shoot me a message of a good listing for the poster, I would be interested in considering it.
Well, good luck finding one that's not $100.
Oh, well, then I'm not interested in it.
$29. I saw a website ad for $29.
That shit is fake.
They're not
Go ahead
selling
and order
official
from it.
ones?
Huh?
They're not selling official ones?
I believe that $100 one is official.
What the fuck? Who the fuck wants to pay $100 for a fucking poster?
Not fucking me, but obviously they're listening at that price because they know some people will.
Fuck, I'll wait till it's at Five Below for $5 fucking. Holy fucking shit.
Ain't gonna be no damn Five Below.
You can always go to your local movie theater and just jack one.
I can do that.
Yeah, go ahead. What county are you going to do that in? I'll let them know.
Henrico.
Nice.
I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it in a Arrestafield.
No, go ahead. Go ahead and do it in the rest of the field. Yeah,
Ooh.
they'll lay 5 hot ones in you.
Where did you get the Kills poster? So our old graphics guy took the highest resolution one he could find online and basically transformed it and created it to be a standard 36 by 24 theatrical movie poster. He took the exact theatrical one, sent the file to me through email. That way the file wouldn't get downsized and look shitty. And then I went to Walmart and got it printed on poster paper, and I'd say it came out pretty fucking good.
And that's exactly what I'm doing.
You like this one here, I did the same thing with our old graphics guy, 2018, because like you can't find them in Canada.
Well, apparently you can't fucking find them in the U.S. except if you want to pay a fucking $100 either.
You know what? Hang on. You know what, Tommy? I'm going to send you that link just in case you think about it tonight while you're sleeping.
Uh-oh. This isn't the horse getting jacked off thing again, right?
Yeah.
So what?
Oh, no, that was a Rick and Morty thing. Sorry.
Let's see. Halloween Kills. You think they got the Halloween Ends poster on here?
I'll send you this one, Tommy, for it's not $100, but $95. Frank Riker says semen fight in the hot tub.
Isn't that just any ejaculation?
Anybody see how fast Matt bounced up there? I did.
Where is Matt? Oh, hang on. I'm trying. What's the search bar? Oh, here we go.
Thanks for the clarification on that.
All right.
Cool.
Oh, we still live?
We are. We're live.
We are.
Okay.
But we can get off now.
Sean decided we were having so much fun we weren't going to get off.
No, we're good. We're good. I was just wondering because I'm on a different page.
Ooh.
So I can send Tommy this poster so he can order it. There you
Is
go,
it
buddy.
Human Centipede poster?
No, it's Halloween Kills. He said he wanted to pay the $100 for it, so I just sent it.
Yeah. So I could pay a fucking $100. Let's see what this actually looks like. So I can believe.
Hang on, yeah, I'm gonna put it up on screen.
Holy fucking shit! Oh, I could get 10% off of my order.
Oh, there you go, buddy. See, you're not paying $100.
There we go. I'll tell you what, I'm still not gonna fucking buy it.
Oh my god. Oh, 10% off. $130 Canadian.
You know, they gotta upcharge you because you're Canadian.
That's fucking just ass.
You probably have a currency conversion in there plus an upcharge because you're Canadian.
That's some major, sweaty, disgusting ass. That's crazy. Crazy stuff.
Tommy, let me know when you order it and get that in the mail.
Yeah, it's not gonna happen.
Oh wow!
Although
I just saw that
I've
one.
been thinking for a while now about upgrading my background, maybe doing something with some cheap poster frames or something. I don't know.
Right there, you need a Stranger Things poster in the background.
That would be a very good addition. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, maybe that, maybe a Star Wars poster, maybe a New Hope, maybe I don't know. I don't know. It's
Maybe get a Human Centipede poster.
Fuck not. No, Human Centipede. Did I enjoy Human Centipede at the time? Yes. Is it gonna? Is it a
Sorry,
movie
what?
I had to see?
What? Oh, I can't say shit. I haven't seen it.
Is it a movie that I realistically needed to see in my life? No.
I
it
fucking
wasn't.
hope not.
I saw it when I was
Money
in
back.
middle school.
Johnny probably needed to see it, but
I was in middle school.
Johnny's into that shit.
yeah, he likes to watch that shit with his cousin.
On his Pornhub page.
Oh my god, my bad, Johnny. I feel like a dick, dude.
Poor Johnny. Nothing wrong with a little ass to mouth. Oh, that's good stuff. Guys, give me one movie. This will be the final thing, and then we're gonna get out of here. I'm gonna start playing the music. Give me one movie that is not Halloween Kills or Spider-Man No Way Home that you can't wait to see later this year.
Well, that's a tough question.
Top Gun.
Top Gun?
Okay, I'm looking it up. I'm looking up movies coming out in 2021 because I need to fight. Can I put Fear Street down on there?
The one tomorrow? Come
Yeah.
on. Oh, wow. That's a Johnny level cop out.
I'm looking
up
forward
movies coming out in 2021. All right.
I'll go. Man, this is tough. I'll go. Candyman.
Candyman? Candyman.
You know, I'm pissed because we did something like this early in the year, and like every movie I fucking had on that list that wasn't like Kills got fucking delayed indefinitely.
Don't Breathe 2. I wonder how interesting that's going to be.
Yeah.
Resident Evil Welcome to Raccoon City for me. I'm worried that it might end up being terrible, but like I'm on the edge of my seat because
Is that what the fucking movie is really called? Welcome to Raccoon City?
And
Tom is pissed about it.
I just want to see a faithful video game adaptation. So, this is apparently it. So I can't wait to see it. How you're supposed to fit 2 games into one movie, though, I don't know about that one. Matt?
Oh, I'm kind of. Oh shit.
Were you on Johnny's OnlyFans page there?
No, I was looking at movie releases. The new Ghostbusters, I really want to see.
I was going to say the same thing. Yeah.
What was the other one?
God, that Ghostbusters has been done for a while now.
I know.
Frank says Behind the Green Door.
That's a good one.
There's something coming out of December.
I'm looking through movies that are coming to theaters. Might be a little bit of a kiddie movie, but my wife and we both really love the Hotel Transylvania movies. That there's a new.
It's a good one too.
Yeah.
I believe there was a Despicable Me movie coming out, but I think it was delayed. I see that Fate Stay Night, Heaven's Feel 3 Spring Song is coming out. That's for those who don't know, Fate Stay Night and Type Moon. It's an anime studio, anime series, stuff like that. Stuff like that. I really dig it. I'm into that sort of stuff, so I'll probably catch that. But they usually end up on Netflix, so I might just wait for that.
The new Sherlock Holmes is intriguing to me.
Did you like Enola? Did you like Enola Holmes?
Mm-mm.
You didn't like Enola Holmes?
Mm-mm.
Lame.
Whole Harry Potter and Wolverine team up.
Oh god.
Just saying.
I see. All right, fellas. Well, I think that's going to do it for the night. I'm being summoned to daddy duty, so.
Uh-oh.
Gotcha. All right.
Duty.
You're coming up here and changing this diaper. I'm not.
Daddy duty to change the dookie.
All right, boys. Have a good night. Have a great weekend. And we'll see you on the flip side.
Good night, everybody.
Packers.
Night.
So the Eagles and 76ers.
What in the fuck? I didn't say shit.
You show the helmet. And Shawn kicks it over to Seth Rogen.
All right, I'm out of here. Yeah.
Fucking dork.
I don't know what you're talking about.